You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the April 5th, 2023 meeting of the Long Beach Tree Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right. So I will call meeting to order. This is the tree board meeting for April 5th, 2023. All have the agendas. We're still working on this ordinance. And old business. I gave out the ordinance. I actually went to the, I'm sorry. Old business. I gave out and distributed the final draft of the tree ordinance. I got the red line ordinance from the lawyer. The first time I ever heard about red line. So, and we discussed, I got the prohibited tree species that are all on this ordinance, as well as, and this list is attached to the tree ordinance. And I gave all of the board that and the lawyer, and then he gave me the red line copy back. So, also, Chief had let me know that NIPSCO had gotten aerial work too, so they've been running through Long Beach, doing stuff up on their equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so the red line version, and I think, did you get a copy of the red line version, David?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I know, and then the one I said that was corrected, I sent that back and made all the corrections. They were all fine. We only have one section that we're really worried about, and it's section 9910. Chief wanted me to make it more inclusive to Tom. It was written in such a way that we'd be telling Tom, it's Tom Blunt, right? We'd be telling Tom what to do, and that is not what we're supposed to be doing. So we want to make this ordinance work for the whole, for every committee, garden club, parks and rec, all of us. And Tom does a huge job here for the last 30 years, and she relies on him for emergencies and, you know, and the parks do too, and the garden club to keep up with a lot of what's going on as much as our finances will allow. So we're gonna make that. I just did this before I came, so I had written, you get this piece. Yeah, I don't know. It's one piece. I pulled this out. I pulled out 9910. It's in that packet there. And when you look at the one that I did, I have it all in blue. I highlighted it's 9910. It was the second sentence. And reminded. Yeah, I thought it would have been everybody's bucket. This time. But I gave you yeah, thanks. So, sorry, David. So on the bottom, that's just something I kind of came up with after reading the chief's response to the ordinance, and I want to replace it with something like that. And I'm sure I have to fix it up a little. The tree board recognizes the tree superintendent's authority to remove a tree periodically through the year when deemed dead or under an emergency condition, and to submit a list of trees deemed dangerous or dead to the tree board for review prior to the street department contracting a tree service for the removal of such trees. The tree board's overall goal is to partner with the street superintendent and his authority to manage town trees with ongoing communication. So I just, the way it read before is like we were telling, it was like we were the boss. And that's not what we want to do. So yeah, and he did send, I did send it on. Chief sent us the list of trees that he had, they had went around the whole Long Beach, and there's like 10 trees that he's gonna take down. And he had given all the addresses out. Did I sent that out to you guys, didn't I? for the chief? Oh, no, it was all March, okay, and I can go back and send it out again, you're not gonna be going around Long Beach looking at these trees, I think, so. But, yeah, so Tom did do that, so they're in the process, there's like 21 trees that need to be taken down, I think they picked the top 10. And I'm sure they're almost at budget at this point, so.
And parks cut down, had limbs and things cut down in the park.
Right, and yeah,
So that came out of this budget, but we were all working together.
yeah, right, so, there's a whole thing going on about the budget and because of our fearless leader, Tim Perry, so, so a lot of that is, I don't know what's going on. I paid attention, that let it come out of my brain. But yeah, so they get money, the parks gets a budget, but the budget got cut by $100,000. So that had to be straightened out. But that really doesn't have much to do with us. So this is kind of wrong. So I will send this, I did this before I came here. I'll send it to you, Dave. You can take a look.
Okay, great, thank you.
You can read on this and tell me if you think I should change or make it sound better. And there was another thing too, when I was going through the ordinance for the umpteenth time, and we talk about it in Congress, and we talk about how we want them to be able to do a tree assessment number 2, right? And what I realized is that the arborists are not like, they're just arborists, and when you get an arborist, you can tell them that you want a tree. I think it is. It was misleading when we changed the language reflecting the arborist that it's kind to make a risk assessment on certain trees that he or she will do a level 2 tree risk assessment. That's what we want them to do. An arborist really isn't identifying, and I went through everything looking, you're not really identifying a risk assessment number 2. They're just an arborist, but we have to make sure that they are qualifying to do a risk assessment. Because when they do that, they measure the roots, they take a core, they go after the hammer, and they really test, they look at all the limbs, and they decide they're able to tell if the limbs are just dropping because they're dead, or it was a storm, and those kinds of things. And that's why we want a tree risk assessment. And so I kind of cleared that up, so because it was confusing.
There moves to certified forester, certified arborist, and then not all arborists qualified to do the level 1 and level 2. So I think the wording in here looks good to me.
Yeah.
From both sides.
Yeah. So we're just, arborists, what we need to do is that we're going to make sure that that person can do we want a level 2 risk assessment. And that's probably something that we as the tree board would do. I envision all of this with the trees and that as it comes down, with people moving in and they want this down, and as it gets, that we have a little more communication with Tom, like a piece of the tree is alive and it doesn't need to be taken down. And they've been watching over the last 10, 15 years, that it's going to be hard pressed for us to then turn around and tell Tom he's wrong. I would like it to be another thing is that we talk to Tom, and if he's not sure, he thinks maybe we should have an arborist take a look at it. It might be a good idea. That's the kind of communication I envision of making that kind of choice, or pressed by a owner or something like that. And Tom and the tree board in agreement say, okay, let's get an arborist and go that way. So I don't want it to be, well, like I think I told the Parks Board and Town Council, and this isn't mom and dad, we can't get this one to say yes, we're not going to say that, no, that's the kind of stuff. So other than that, I got a couple of questions.
On 1904, which is page 3, or top of the page, it talks about that the tree board shall be entrusted to the Long Beach Land Conservation Committee.
Yeah, that would,
What is that?
so, all right, so I had this, I wrote, this is what I wrote when I went to the tree, town council meeting. And those were questions that were on the red line version from the lawyer. And when they made the tree board, they got rid of the land conservation. I'm glad that's on page 3. I'm gonna make sure that's out of there. We're just the tree
Yeah.
board, and that was another thing to make sure that they start putting this on the website as the tree board, no more land conservation.
Okay,
So it's in the first, where
it's, and,
99, okay, oh, here it is, take out,
third line. Mhm.
you know, and we will be known from here on after as the tree board. Yeah, those are the kind of little things going through this over and over again.
Some of them.
Right, so I think we're getting down to, this will be done. I did give it to Parks. I went to their meeting and asked them to look at it, and, if they have anything to say, I'm hoping they'll, contact us. Yeah,
I'm not sure that's.
so I don't really want to give it to the town council again until, I, hear from the Parks that they're fine with it, or they read it, or whatever.
So, the next question I had was the expenses. Is there any way we can get more than $500? I'd just say, if it's under $1,000. It's $500 doesn't go much.
What page is that?
Say page, third paragraph from the bottom. The town tree board may have the authority to consult a certified forester.
Oh, I see.
Maybe it should say certified forester or arborist.
I don't know, you know,
A certified forester can't do alone.
okay, how about we just leave it arborist? We're never gonna work, consult with a certified arborist.
So what are you changing?
On page 3, the third paragraph.
Third paragraph from the bottom. Change, take out the forester.
So we would have, I imagine we'd have to talk to someone about changing the price.
Yeah.
And the toward the,
So we'll have to ask the town, yeah, no foresters, we're gonna take all the forestry words out of there, and we've never done anything to talk to an arborist. And we're never gonna have an arborist on our,
so it's certified from.
yeah,
And at the one council meeting, they gave us, authority to spend no more than $1,000.
okay.
I just thought, if we have to go back to the council, it delays everything. Doesn't have to be council meeting, or anything. If there's such a person, you know, that has a work being scheduled or something. You know.
Right, and we-
I'm not medical, say,
I know.
it is stable.
Yeah, it is under, no more than 1,000.
Can't without permission. That's got to be a doctor.
Any expense more than $1,000 must get prior meeting with Palm Beach Town Council, and we would have to have, they're okay to change that. And I will ask, but if they say no,
Yeah.
you know, it's a fight I'm not gonna get into.
And Chris might.
Okay,
He might not afford that.
Okay. All right. Okay,
The only suggestion I had at 9907 was utilize the state of Indiana plant, and shrub species list, which is the Purdue list kind of minutes.
oh, let me see that, I don't think I put that, that's not,
I went to the link, but I printed that off from the link.
you can give me this. What? Let me look at it, wait.
You can take that in a second.
I have a copy of the
This one was a little bit different than the one we had before.
there.
But they have changed on reviews.
Ellen,
Yes,
so is, with an arborist, is it the tree board that contacts them then? Or,
we would contact, and you know, we would be the go-between between a, resident or, you know, whoever asks for our help, and we just want to know that if we just, and, you know, if by the time they come to us, I'm sure it would be after Tom was involved, and I think I would talk to Tom before I would like to say we have communication with the Tom before we, even go see a resident to find out what the whole picture is, because I don't want to be, playing this game. If he already thinks that there's no way we need to take a tree down or it's not,
So does one of us meet with the arborist, or you just wait?
I don't know, we did that with, Dr. Newhouse, when we had some trees, we'd all walk over with the tree and all that, and then when we call an arborist, we would go there, and the arborist and the resident was there doing their evaluation, and hopefully we might, I think after the experience of doing some of that, we know exactly what kind of arborist we're looking for, because we didn't have a great experience with one over another, and realizing that having one do this risk assessment too is what we really want. I don't need to listen to an arborist wax on his beliefs or saving trees. I want him to look at the tree and tell him if it's healthy. So that's kind of what we're going to make sure. That's why we want to put this level 2 into this ordinance. These are the attachments. I'm sorry, I'm showing the attachments. These are the attachments. This one.
And that one is a little bit
Okay.
I'll go ahead and check them against this one.
Okay, then tell me, whichever one you think we should have.
The one thing I was thinking is if we reference the document in that paragraph, because that's probably gonna change over time. So if people know, okay, this is the document.
Yeah, I have it in there.
We can put it, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I think, yeah, the lawyer caught that and I have it in there. So,
Yeah, it's in there. Okay.
all right,
And then if I go to the website, it's like.
yeah, all right, so I'll just double check. If you want that one in first, keep the one we have in. Let me know. I think that's the one you
I
gave
always
us.
think that it's
It's just
a date,
Yeah,
people will go,
the
okay.
thing about that exhibit is that you can't read it,
Right, yeah.
and then it'll be 3 pages. So I'm just, if we keep what we have, add that in as a reference to the website and another place to go, then, and we've given,
Second.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God, it's never gonna end. Our job this year is that writer. Okay.
Just, oh, in section 9911, the tree and vegetation clearance. Is exhibit B and C is for that, so I didn't have that.
What is it, 9911?
Page 4 at the page.
Mhm.
See exhibit B and C for illustrations.
Yes.
And those are, but I couldn't find them.
The burger house?
It's outside.
It's outside.
Yeah. Okay, I don't have a copy of the exhibit. Do you have your copies of the exhibits, right? We see, I just couldn't remember the concepts for it.
Yeah, these were the ones that we have, there's 3 of them. And that was down there, and then, you know what, this is not, I had one exhibit on the top.
It's okay, just get back with the rest and.
Here, I did this, I wrote prohibited tree species, exhibit A. Went in there, keep the titles on there, and exhibit B.
Okay, so this should be,
And then this is,
so he has some references A, B, and C. He has the tree species as A,
which one is that?
or not the tree species, but. Yeah, the tree species.
So the exhibit B and C for illustration.
A goes with 99%.
Well, that's what, this is A and B,
Oh, no,
that's for this.
Okay.
So I,
That's B and C.
okay,
That's what I'm saying is
so I have to make this C
that would be,
and B
and then call the other.
A. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, put these all together. We're gonna start. So,
And what happened to the form that everyone, people were about? I don't know, because that should go probably in the government area, that there's a form.
what was thinking, I would like it, I don't know, I'm just thinking that if we get to this point, this is the ordinance, and when people contact us, we then give them the permit, you know, or we talk to Deanne and we have that permit,
Yeah.
just like,
Along with the permit is the form.
okay,
Is that-
okay, it's not, yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know, so let me, so this
That makes sense to me, but I was just reading the
permit,
it doesn't.
you want that form with the permit, I know I have it, to ask for
Chris, how that. Don't know, because
Okay.
he deals with that stuff.
Yeah, because we've never, that has always been separate from this ordinance thing, so, but we really to go over that. So let me make sure I get this. So I did this on page 3. Then you have me on page 4. Down here. Wait, no. Page 6. Page 6. No.
Pay some for the comments.
No, I'm talking about the money, $500.
Oh, yeah. That is page 3, third paragraph from the bottom.
Okay, yeah, all right. All right, and then we're gonna make sure about the form and the permit, and how we're gonna do that, and then things exhibits. And I'd like to have it all totally correct, because we wouldn't got it back from the lawyer. And first he asked me if I had a red line version of the ordinance that they had passed before, and I'm like, calling my son up, who's a lawyer, like, what is a red line? I got the answer on typewriter, so, you know, but I soon found out, so, but, yeah, so I'd like to have this all in place for him, so, I answered all his questions before I went to the town council meeting last month, so that's all good, so hopefully, on Monday, when I go to the town council meeting this Monday, right, is it this Monday? Yeah, okay, so this Monday, I don't know that this will be completely done, but I'll tell them what we're doing, so, and then that'd be it, so. Other than that, and we'll talk about the form, the permit, and all that, so, that's about it. And let me see what my husband does, Rich. Did you guys have anything? Okay, community outreach programs, and you're doing are you doing this with the garden club now?
I don't know, there's a gal that wants to do something about invasives. So that came to me through parks.
Okay,
So I thought we should just combine it
okay,
into a whole vegetation kind of thing.
Okay.
Or if we want to do one program 2 times so that people who aren't here can be,
yeah,
pick another date.
or we can do it and tape it,
Yeah, it's
right, just tape it, and people, yeah,
something like that.
yeah, and then maybe it's,
It should be on one.
yeah. I'll be good. Other than that, we don't have anyone here for public comments, and we're done. So anyone else here?
Someone's asking. Oh, the bar is.
Let's see.
The bar.
Savar? Well, maybe he changed his mind. So, yeah, let's see. I can love it.
Yeah, you did.
So, anyway, and if you do hear us, or whatever, we're in the process where we're gonna end the meeting. So I'm supposed to do, what am I supposed to do, Robert's rules? I think the, motion to have you,
I just went through with another comment and, you do not have to have a motion to adjourn meeting.
okay.
And I don't think we have a motion. Okay.
No, we're adjourning the meeting, David.
Okay,
Okay, I'm on this kick. So, other than that, any changes and stuff I make, email you. I'm sure you're sick of my emails, I try to keep them to a minimum, but just trying to make it so, but anyway, so, good seeing you,
okay, so,
weather down there, so, all right, we'll talk to you later.
all right, take care, everybody.
Bye.
I know.